Hi. So it's been a little while and I forgot to do my Untethered Fridays on Fridays, so I'm really sorry about that, guys. But I thought I'd come on. I have a diffuser here and my allergies are acting up, which I didn't have until I got older, which is kind of like, hey, I'm getting older, but you know what? I'm not. I'm totally fine. Um, but I have peppermint and lemon and lavender that I'm diffusing right now because that kind of calms things down, it cools things down, and it clears things up. My nose is just really itchy. You know, like the top of your nose right here, this gets very itchy. And now I'm going to put this in front of my face so that it doesn't. And I have some coffee. So now that I have brought you up to date with what is happening, there's a clothes rack behind me. I'm getting my office ready. So there's a whole bunch of stuff right in the center of the floor. Anyway, point is, none of that is the point. I had a fun experience last night. I didn't go, I went out with, I went to a friend's house. I have, there's a guy who lives around the corner from me who is my sister-in-law's cousin, and she kind of grew up with him like he's a brother, so I kind of consider him a brother-in-law in a weird way. Anyway, he lives in the area, and we started hanging out, which is really fun. And I went over to his boyfriend's place last night, and we had some Indian food, and had nice chat, and we were talking and stuff like that. And it's really fun. And the thing about him, he's maybe 10 years younger than me, and I can see in him, we're very similar people in a lot of ways, and I can see in him like the same sort of being lost thing that I was for a while. And I'm trying to help him out. Like I don't know. I really want to reach out, and I mean, I've reached out and I've said, oh hey, here are these things, and I'm trying to let's sit down and talk here. Let's I'm not going to worry about words because I keep thinking about words and how to describe things and how to explain things, and when I do, my words get all mixed up. And that doesn't sound good coming out of my face, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make the sense that I want it to make. So he lives here in the same area of Boston that I live, and we were having a conversation, and he's talking about what he's doing for work and kind of where he is in life. And I very much see that he is in the place that I was in, and I just don't want him to go down the same way that I went. So he and I had a good conversation. He's a funny guy. He's smart, he's funny, he's fun to hang out with, and it's fun to have a conversation with. And we had a nice conversation last night. He drove me home. We're just kind of chatting outside of the house before I went in, and we kind of just discussed the feelings that kind of come along with this, being in this place where you're just feeling ashamed and you're hurting. And sorry, I just got a text that just came down from the thing talking about something that I don't want it to talk about. I'm gonna have to call. It's all okay. It's all okay. It was a text from Eversource. The agency that has been taking care of my rent is also supposed to be taking care of my utilities, and they haven't paid for the past several months, and I'm getting a disconnect notice. But I have informed them, and apparently the payment has gone out, and it might take said it might take a couple of weeks to show up. So I'm gonna give them a call after this. There's just a whole lot going on, and it's stressful. It was much nicer when I had a partner. But whatever, I can handle it. it's just nice having someone there. Anyway, so I was talking to this relative of mine, and he, I didn't want to, I don't know, I wasn't feeling that, I didn't want to seem like I was trying to push him or anything like that. I was just very enthusiastic about, like, no, you can try this, you can try that, and you got to make a decision and all this stuff. And, he knows all of that, I mean, I see it. I see exactly what happened to me in him, and I just really want to save him from it. So we had a conversation about it, and I just said, like, I get it. I get where you're coming from. I get the fear. I get the shame. I get, like, the confusion, you don't know which way to go. You don't know what to do. You don't want to choose anything because you're afraid of making the wrong choice, but you know that not making a choice is the wrong choice. And like, well, okay, you got to decide on something. You got to go for it. It's a self-esteem thing too. And it's just, there's so much involved in it. I wanted him to know that I understood, and I wanted him to know that, like, look, I'm getting myself out of it, and you can too. But yeah, I really see it. I see it in him, and I want to help him. So we had a conversation about it last night, and he's a funny guy, and I'm hoping that maybe I can help him in any way that I can. Anyway, I don't know. I had more of a point to coming on here and saying something, but then like 30 things invaded my brain, and yeah, they're all going on at once in my head. So instead of getting carried away with that, I'm just going to notice that there's a million different thoughts happening in my head. And there are a lot of emotions that are coming along with them. And a lot of them are emotions that I would like to take and run with and kind of freak out about and cry and run around and, get nothing done because I feel so freaked out by them. That's something I would like to do right now. Not like, but that feels the way I should go. But it's not what I'm going to do. Instead, I am going to calmly assess the situation, write down the things I need to do, because I do that a lot. There's a lot of things I need to do. And just start getting them done. And stop thinking about them. And just work on them rather than thinking about them. So I'm listening to all the... So the new Michael Singer book is amazing. It's great, of course. I listened to it this week, the week that it came out. And it's really great. Obviously it has a lot of the same ideas. It's obviously all going to be based on the same ideas, right? But it talks about... So it lays the groundwork. It's all stuff that we've heard, but it's stuff that bears repeating, and I listen to a lot anyway. But then on top of that, it kind of goes, it takes that groundwork and it talks more about how to live your life. The components that come into living. The book's called Living Untethered, which I find interesting because this whole podcast thing is becoming untethered, right? So that's what the whole book's about, is becoming untethered. So it's really interesting, and it goes into more depth about what a samskara is and how the energy flow gets all blocked out and what you can do to release it. So that's what I'm working on. I think maybe I'll listen to it some more and kind of report back to you guys again about all the different things, because there's a lot of things in there to talk about. I am tired, and I'm going to go do some work. I don't know. This had much more of a purpose when I turned this on, and now it's just turned into me. Anyway, I'll stop now. I'm going to go do work that I have to do, that I don't have to think about, because I just need to do it. And I'll get back to you guys later. But I just want to say that I hope everybody out there is doing all right. I'm working on being on being all right, which is, we're all right already. Just remembering that, right? So yeah, I I'm grateful for all the people in my life. I'm grateful for the conversation I had last night with my brother-in-law about moving forward in life and all the feelings. Like I'm grateful I had the opportunity to tell him how I'm feeling about stuff so that he could kind of see that I understand what his predicament is, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to help him if I get it. So I'm going to remind you, all of you out there in Facebook land, that, look around you, take a look, check it out. You can always choose to have a grateful day.